Hey everyone, um, I'm going to make another craw jig today. Um, I got a couple people emailed me and asked me to do one with a round head, the same type of craw jig as I done with a football head. So we're going to do this. This is a 1/8 ounce round head jig with a 1/0 Aberdeen style hook. Let's get started. Um, This is a light green pumpkin color, and I'm going to use 210 denier thread in an olive color. I'm going to start making our wraps. And we're going to, as you can see, the lead we leave on this too because it doesn't hurt and it helps for tapering the body. Okay. And get our wraps all the way down, right around the hook bend there. A little bit above it. We don't need it all the way down like the smaller jigs. The first thing I'm going to do is this silicone skirt material. I usually like leaving extra hang out the back, maybe 2 inches or so. And I'm going to tie this on the top part of the hook where the hook eye is. There. Now we got it just secured down enough. I'm going to fold this half over again. That way it's doubled. Makes it hard to pull out. And it gives it a little bit added action since we have the you'll have 4 antenna type feelers, I guess they call it. It's on a crayfish. Now they're tied in. I'm going to include some flash. This is a pearl olive flash. Again, it's just for I feel confident that that little bit of flash helps, makes it a little easier to detect, especially in dirty water when it's on the bottom. It's bouncing around there. The little bit of flash it gives off attracts attention. I believe it does anyway. I fold this over, and again, the same way I tied in those silicone skirt strands. When you double it over, it makes it harder for it to pull out. Almost impossible to pull out unless you use the pliers. Okay, and we got that. What I'm going to do with this one here is I'm going to add a little bit of color, and I'm going to make a chenille ball here that our claws are going to go against, and I'm going to use this. It's a purple and green cactus chenille. Cactus chenille is pretty neat. You can just use plain ordinary chenille. This is just something a little different that you can do. The cactus chenille is gonna give you a little bit of color at the bottom, just a little something a little bit different. Maybe that's what triggers the strike. But what this chenille ball does that we're making is this is what's going to separate our claws when we tie them in. Trim off our excess and pull back them fibers and secure it down. Now that we got that, it's time for our claws. These rabbit strips, this is going to be a colorful one. These are olive with black tips on it. It's going to be something different. Now, the claws you want, this is entirely up to you. You can have them going as far as an inch, inch and a quarter. I like mine around 3/4 or an inch beyond the bend of the hook. Just want to get my first one just tied in till I get the other one, and then I can position them a little better. One, and there's the other. Now we are tying this upside down just because it's easier to tie that way. Now once you get them in position, tie them down tight right up to that chenille ball. Now the claws are in. Now I'm going to tie in some legs. And what I did earlier is I took some of the skirt material here that we tied for the feelers, and I cut little pieces about 1 inch long. I cut 4 of them. And what I do is I lay them in 2 right against each other. About 1/4 of the way up. Tie it in that way. And then a figure 8 style tie. That'll keep them straight. Move up a little further. And we're going to get the other 2 ready. And tie in the next 2. And the last 2 will be like right on the lead. And the only tricky part here, especially at me with my fat fingers, is keeping the first 2 set of legs separated while I tie the figure 8. Now, our legs are in. We bring our thread back down. Now I'm going to use this Antron chenille, and this is in a dark olive. Again, I always pinch the end to expose that thread of the chenille and just tie in that little thread. That way when I wrap my chenille, it makes it real even. There's no bump or anything from where you started it. Fix my leg here. Now I'm going to wrap my chenille. See, you pull these tight right up against them legs that you have in. And tie off the chenille. I like to 2, 3 good wraps, secure it enough till I cut the excess off. Be real careful with this part or you cut the thread and then you got another problem. But after that, make a couple wraps to secure the chenille and then whip finish. Cinch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cinch. Trim it. Now the way I put head cement on is to take my Sally Hansen's here and my bodkin. And what I do is I dip my bodkin into Sally Hansen's, and then I do that, and that's my head cement. Now we're almost done. The only thing left to do is trim my skirt material, my feelers. And what I do is I have them right even with the claws, maybe a little bit beyond. And let me go out a little bit so you can see this. And there it is. This is a craw jig. We have the little legs back here hanging off. It's done on a 1/8 ounce round head. And you can see our little feelers here once I get them straightened out. This works, you said, really, really well in the water. And you could do it with any kind of jig head you really want. Thanks for watching. Thanks for asking questions. And if there's anything else I can do, just let me know. See ya.